realize it, but the best thing you can do when you have an anxiety disorder or a mental health disorder is to be like, okay, I have an issue. Right. You got to admit it.
Okay, we coming back with that second conversation. Again, we got David in here, we got D-Dot in here. Yes, sir. You will see these two guys on my social media. Either liking stuff or not. They don't even share nothing. But anyway,
I like it though. The church people, man. The church people. More right along.
I'm just saying.
Be later.
Hey, I'd like to send shout to sponsors, Luring Leathers, True to You, Rita B Essentials. Who else we got? We got Bite Your Mouth, Dawson 3D Ice, all those people that, I think KNP Cakes, I think the name anyway. Anyway, those are our sponsors, man. I just want to shout y'all out, man.
Facts.
And y'all them black people too, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Support.
All right, well, moving right into our second. We've actually been moving into our second question for the last couple minutes.
Look,
the second question is, why is it taboo for black people to really admit or talk about depression or anxiety?
Okay, now I can go first on this.
That be crazy.
I'm dead crazy. But I feel like a lot of black people, they go through it so long till it started to become normal. Like, you ignore the signs at first. You feel me? And when you ignore those signs, you just get immune to it. And so what other people think as depression, you think is, man, they're every day. They're normal.
Okay.
It's normal, cuz.
You think no. It is normal, hell.
Well, yeah.
It really is. It's normal. A lot of people don't really know that they have anxiety or depression issues. I know for me, it took me all the way up until I was 41. Like, I had an issue where I thought I was having a heart attack. Like, my chest was getting tight. I thought I couldn't breathe. And I don't know where I was. I don't remember where I was, but I was like, huh?
Gas.
Part of it was gas. While you playing, it was a little bit of it was. But that gas and like we said, being the age that we are, it's like, okay, something is seriously wrong.
Yeah.
But it ended up being an anxiety attack, which is, a sub of anxiety. Mm-hmm. And then I started thinking back. I sat down with my wife and I started talking. I started thinking back. I was like, this has happened a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And it's happened more frequently than I realized. Like, it happened then. I can remember when I was like 20-something it happened. And people don't really highlight it and be like, okay, something's wrong. Let me see about it. Because we're like, okay, well, I'm going to drink and get over it. I'm going to smoke and get over it. Or I'm going to do this and get over it. I'm going to go online and find somebody to holler at and get over it.
All the way off, but I feel like a lot of black people, it's medicated.
Oh, yeah, it's self-medication. Yeah.
It's medication. And let me give you an example. Since we've been 100 on the podcast, which all we know, I was depressed. But when I realized it, I'm a people person by nature. But once I realized I was going to the little cubby hole, I ain't want to beat, I ain't want to talk. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I was like, hold up. This ain't me, shawty. This is not me. Yeah. But a lot of people's not going to realize that, especially if you medicating it.
I realized it. I just didn't say nothing to you because...
I'm finna tell him that too.
A lot of times we can't... No, I realized it for you.
For you?
Oh, for me? Oh, yeah.
But I couldn't come out and say, "Hey, David, you depressed."
I'm definitely depressed.
No, it's on him because
it's on you. It's on you. It's on that person. And you can have people around you to help you once you realize it. But the best thing you can do when you have an anxiety disorder or a mental health disorder is to be like, "Okay, I have an issue." Right. You got to admit it. Because if you keep fighting, it's only gonna get worse.
And that's what had made it hard. Yeah. Even Chris, when he called me, I let it. I said, "Man, I was depressed. Like, okay. I was going through it. Like, you feel me?" But I didn't. It took me a minute to realize it.
But it's the people. That
took because I was blaming on different stuff. Like, oh man, you know what? My head hurt. Let me just lay back down, chill. This new TV show coming out. I just cancel it.
I'm going to say this too, though.
Yeah.
Be fair. This for anybody that's suffering, because I do it too. Cause me and him talked about it. I came up fucked up. I know anybody that know our story, my story, they know I came up fucked up. But I'm telling people like David feel like he didn't want to share that, right?
Yeah.
If you got a real good person, I'm a good, like, you go to me anything, right?
Mm-hmm. Let me say that before you get through with that. I'm gonna answer that. Chris, and this on everything, bro. The best person I damn near know. This nigga, he will call me, and when he call me, it's like he's not finna agree with things I'm doing. If I'm wrong, guess what?
Oh, he gonna call you out.
I'm wrong.
Chris gonna call you out.
And that's so rare to have in somebody, man.
Right.
Yeah. You can't have all yes men, man. Chris will be like, nah, that ain't what you need to do.
Yeah,
Facts.
I'm saying that to say it's not fair for you to say, like, to handle this by yourself. Again, like I just said, don't cheat me. And now you end up getting into the point where you finna cheat me, where you might hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Men lead in
yes,
suicide. People like to talk about women do this, but men, we destroy y'all on men lead on suicides. And it's always, and they go at, that's why we do this, because we try to handle it ourselves.
Yeah, because the world tell you got to be strong.
Yeah,
you got to be strong. You're a man. You can handle it. Okay, well,
try to battle that shit yourself, and guess what? You can't come to no conclusion. Guess what they do? Off.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So if a person that loves you, gotta like I said earlier, recognize, okay, this is me. And like you said, you recognize. Some people don't click.
Yeah,
they never get it.
Let me ask you this, and I'm piggybacking off the suicide thing you just said. Do you feel like a lot of times, like what you think are the main reasons that lead to that? And men, let's say black men, what you feel like the main reason? Because when he said the rate's going up,
it's going up.
It's going up.
I'm going young black men start because sexual identity. Young black men are killing.
I agree.
Sexual identity.
I agree.
Men around our age, because we can't support our families no more.
I agree.
We're at a point where we can't support like we used to.
Yeah.
And it's depressing. Bills are piling up. And that's how, and it's off. It's like, I can't, some men figure out, get this insurance money, we straight.
Right.
So they actually off themselves for the family to be off well off.
Right, yeah. Because I think mental health can be also, it can become about two ways. You can either be born with it and it develop, or it can be forced upon you, like you said, the bills. I can't see this, I can't see this. And then if you have a spouse that's not supporting, they'll be like, what's wrong with you? And such. It's on top of it. All that's piling up, and then you feel like you have no outsource. I mean, anybody would be like, okay, I can't handle all this.
You want me to tell you something crazy I seen, right? I watched this show, and this a real guy, and something they
giving him a plug, or we just gonna let him talk about it? Okay.
Oh, but basically, he had lost his job. He didn't want to tell his wife he's lost his job. So the main thing going through his mind now is what I'm gonna do to get this money. This man actually went and robbed the bank. But see, that is not gonna really stand out to a woman. How much pressure he was under. Like, from one day you want to throw a piece of paper, you want to throw a piece of paper on the floor.
But you have to think of the thought process to get to the point where I gotta rob a bank. You got to think of how much stuff you got to go through. Okay, I can do this. I can pull out my 401k. I can do this. To all the way to, like, I got to rob a bank. But that's a lot of pressure, bro. That's a lot of pressure.
It is, and to think about it, and this is being honest.
You got to get you a real woman.
You have to.
Because this guy thinks.
Got to get a real woman.
Okay, first of all right, you can put yourself in a position where, like, some women are not, some men are letting their women not work. And this happened. So this is the pressure on the dude that wife ain't working.
Right.
Now you got her bills and everything coming out your pocket. Now when you come home and tell her I lost my job, what does she do? Does she jump into action like,
nope,
let's get it, babe?
A lot of women are gonna go off, man.
Some women gonna go off, but what depends? Your woman needs to jump into action. I gotta help you.
Yeah, I know mine would.
Some women not doing that. This is nigga that jumped off the bridge.
And imagine how much a difference it had been when you came home and you lost your job, and she was like, it's straight. Get what? You gonna instead of motivation, you get mad and do that
because it's actually happened. It's actually happened to me before.
Yeah, it done happened to me.
It happened to me before, and she got. I know her, so we've been together for 13 plus years. I know her. She'll get quiet for a second, so she don't say nothing, and then she'll be like, "Okay," and then we'll start talking. We'll start talking stuff out, and it hasn't always been like that.
Right.
We had to get to the level where we could talk stuff out. Like the last situation we went through when we got back together. I'm telling all my business. I really don't care. Okay. We talk about it. We got back together. We are closer than we ever been. Like you cannot separate us for nothing. Like,
cause y'all been trying.
Exactly. We've been through the fire. And if I need something, boom, she right there. I don't even have to ask most of the time. She'll have it ready. Or vice versa. If I got it, she like, babe, I'm short on such and such. Like you said, we go 50-50 on just about everything. Other than
I want to see what y'all say in the comments about that.
Other than the what's called. Yeah, we go 50-50. Yeah. Because one of my issues when we separate. Wait a minute. One of my issues when we did separate was I was paying this. She was paying this, but a lot of the stuff I was looking at it from my point of view. Well, I'm paying all this, and she paying all this. It seemed like it was equal, but mine was way more. I was only making X amount. And then our bills were amounting to X amount. I was like, nah, I can't do this. I can't see this, which affected my mental health.
So it's like I'm making all.
You see it, right? And I don't have $10 to rub together. I can't enjoy it, and that was one of the issues that we had. And then we talked about that even when we got back together. But like you said, it's just you gotta have that person and be like, I got your back. I got you.
You got to.
I got you.
My wife believe in I can't do I can't do the things that I do without what she do. You know what I'm saying? She freed up some bills. Like we 50-50 on everything, but she freed up some space for me sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, babe, I go in and pay that.
That's sometimes, it's crazy, man. Women hide, not that they hide money, but a good woman will just have money. Like, here you go.
It's like, man, it's like somebody, a motherfucker come to me, somebody, I bet y'all get put this pussy on. I bet you leave your house. Bitch, who?
Ooh, nah.
I better say it in color purple.
No. You can't compete.
I feel like once, and that's all going back to the beginning. Once you really know you like that man, once you're a man, you gonna realize what the hell you got. You gonna realize it.
It ain't even like once you become a man. Like it's like you said. I just really realized I knew what I had. I 100% knew what I had, but
it's that thought.
It's that thought because social media have you thinking you're supposed to be somebody else, somewhere else, doing something else, and then it'll end up putting you alone.
Yeah,
right. You end up alone because a year ago at this time, man, I was so alone. I feel like, man, I'm telling you.
I want to hit on the point of people think. We're going back to mental illness because mental illness.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like PSD, what is it?
PTSD.
Yeah. Let me tell you it all.
It's real.
PTSD. That's something. I ain't been diagnosed, but I really feel like I have PTSD. And people think it just happens to people that's in the military.
Yeah, it doesn't.
No, it don't.
People, my world was the military, okay? Like, you seen people get shot at and do all this shit. Seeing somebody beaten to death, that like beating real bad, that can trigger something too. Mm-hmm. So that causes PTSD. That people don't think they're just the military people. I can see like it messed me up seeing the stuff that I seen. You know, some of that shit bothers you through life. So I've never been diagnosed with it, but I feel like I know I got some of the symptoms. You know what I'm saying? But that stuff is traumatic. So people go get checked out sometimes.
Like
don't think you just catch PTSD from you. People get shot in the hood.
Don't be an island,
you can see somebody get shot, and that'll mess with you.
Yeah, you won't think it might not mess with you at first, but
that'll mess with you. You know what? And this is being real. Sometimes going to the funeral home and when you go see somebody, that can be something that sticks in your head and something that'll mess with you.
But people think it's military based. Like,
no, it's not.
He got
my dad dying caused me to have PTSD, and I still believe that's one of the reasons why me and my wife separated. I hate to keep talking about it, but it was a big part in me developing into the person I am today.
Right.
Because my mom, shouts out Janet Tisdale. Love you. My mom kind of sheltered us.
Mama?
She sheltered us from trauma And that was a trauma to me. Like, to have my dad pass, because, you know, I rode in the ambulance with him when they transported him from Cordell to Macon. I was there with him. I was there when he passed. You know, I was even, they even wanted me to make the call. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, take him off, leave him on. It just so happened that him and God talked about it, and, you know, his heart stopped beating. Right. But that was trauma to me. Yep. And I did not realize it, because seeing my dad in that position, having to almost make that decision, that was traumatic, and it affected me for months and months and years. Man, I remember I came home from work one morning, and I was watching TV. My wife was asleep, and I was laying down or whatever, and I got like the little iPad hung up right here, so I was watching the iPad, and it was some show that, you know, wasn't too much or whatever. But all of a sudden, I just started boo-hooing, bro. Like, crying, hard down crying. My wife woke up. She be like, what's wrong with you? And like, I don't know.
You don't know when it's going to come out.
Yeah, you don't.
Because I stayed, see, yours similar to mine, but mine was my mama.
Yeah.
So with the pull the plug situation, she breathe on her own and all that shit like that. So I feel you on that. And that shit, it don't go away.
It's traumatic, bro. Because you keep seeing it. You keep seeing it.
It don't go
away. I don't know what that is, but that fucked with me for. I know it fucked with my sister, because she looked at my sister as she was passing. She looked over to my sister, so I can imagine when. So that when you was saying that shit, kind of got me emotional. Because
I'm sorry, bro. I almost got emotional.
Yeah, I'm not saying, but to sit there and watch it.
But see, them getting like that, that's a part of having PTSD.
Yeah, like
even thinking about it.
I can't not think about it, because the last thing my daddy said to me was like, he gave me his wallet. He said, hold daddy wallet now. He still talking to me like I'm 5 years old. He like, hold daddy wallet now, 'cause that's all daddy got in the world. And I'm like, okay, dad. And then like, even stuff that comes up with me now, you know, even with the anxiety and all that stuff, and I don't have no problem admitting that I have anxiety now. I don't. I really don't. But even with the anxiety, I wonder, like, dang, did my dad have this? Like, was this what was wrong with him? Like, for him, because he had a lot of health problems, you know, that I didn't know about. So I'm thinking, like, when I have issues or what you call it, I'm like, dang, my dad had this. Is this why he didn't want to stay here? He didn't want to deal with it. All that plays in your mind, man. Your mind is the most powerful thing that you can't even fathom how powerful your mind is, man. Right. You really can't. It's very, very powerful, man. So yeah, I believe I agree with you, Chris. PTSD is not just a war thing.
That's what it got it like. Like, it's a war thing. I know I've been traumatized a lot by a bunch of different things. With anxiety, man. What helps me with my anxiety, like, it got worse since I stopped doing music, right? Mm-hmm. So I already knew what was helping me with it. Mm-hmm. So usually I can just get up in the middle of the night and go record music, sit up there, and by the time I'm through whatever I did, my mind's so concentrated on that music. Now, instead of worrying about other stuff, I was worried about, damn, if the beat's on point, is the snare straight? Now, but when I go to bed, I didn't even think about it. Mm-hmm. It just clears your whole mind, because you occupied your mind. It's got to be occupied. It's either music, it was my outlet.
Hey, let me say, listen.
Well, you scared me.
Cause that man me mad real quick. Wait a minute, look. If you got a man, right, and he play games, or he do other things, he make beats, and he take a long time to do it, and he just really sometimes let him be, cause that's his escape.
It is.
That's his time
to quiet time in his mind.
Just let him be. I promise you, your relationship will increase by at least 55%.
Mine, no. She'll cross her feet, get on the bed, get on her phone, or get on her iPad.
But the thing is, even with that, when we're going to, it's still the same topic, we're letting it be, helping that man resolve this. You know what I'm saying? This anxiety. Let him play his game. Let him do that stuff like that. What's the problem not? A woman spends so much time on the phone anyway.
Facts.
Yeah, mine do.
It's a lot of time on the phone. So mine do too. But so while you doing that, I could be doing this. But so it's like let them do it. You don't know how much you're doing. Like, again, you can do. Listen, you can go do your research. Men lead in suicide. We lead in suicide, and it's already not. It's more women than it is the men. We keep this pressure on them. What it's gonna look like?
And if the world keeps going the way it's going, man, black men are gonna steady move up that chart, man. Because I'm telling you, we deal with a lot. We put out a lot, but we also take in a lot, man.
And I give a shout out to those women that do recognize.
That do recognize.
Big shots out.
Big shout out to the women that recognize what we go through.
We love y'all.
Like
man.
I said, since now that this women empowerment, we getting attacked by more black women than by anything.
We getting bashed on everything, man.
Every freaking thing. Like, here it go again.
And we got to see it. It might not look like on the surface that it bothered, but some of us it bothered. I know David cried on my shoulder the other day about it.
Boy, stop.
But
You know me, bro.
all right, we got to move on. They telling me in the back.
Hey,
we gotta,
once again, bro, I really want to say, I appreciate
he come in.
He come in strong.
I come in strong. I didn't know they got to listen. I appreciate Silk Smoke and Shoot, bro.
Yeah, man.
I really appreciate it. Once again, and
It's our first time on him, but it will not be our last
y'all
time.
dropping some real jewels.
I mean, we 40, bro.
Dropping some real,
That nigga.
You learn every day,
real
man.
5 carats.
I learn stuff every day, man. I promise you.
I love it, bro.
All right, man. Let's move on while Chris doing it. Oh,
Baby, so you never experienced no type of anxiety, nothing, right? At this age.
now before you answer that, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna share a little bit of your story. I don't want to go too much.
But go ahead.
But when the incident happened with you at work,
Facts.
I even felt
Tell him what happened, man. Don't matter. Tell him. Tell him what
that's for
happened.
you. That's for you. That's for you.
He
That's for
gonna,
you.
hey, look. This is a real deal.
That's for you though. That's your story, man. That's your story. But let me say this. Let me just say this. When it happened to you, me and you being so close,
Man,
my anxiety shot through the roof,
I know.
and I instantly wanted to come find you.
Too much of work accident.
Yeah,
my work.
Yeah, I instantly.
If y'all want to know, we're gonna tell you. All right.
I instantly.
It's an
I was
exclusive.
like,
Yeah. Go ahead and say that because that's
Hey, this is real exclusive.
oh yeah, because he ain't never shared it.
I ain't never shared
He
it.
ain't never. But let me set it up.
Go
let me
ahead.
set it up.
Go ahead, man.
When it happened, he called me. He was like, "Hey, man."
And you called me right after.
Yeah. Exactly. Because that's how we roll, man. I'm telling
Yeah.
you. He was like, "Hey, man, this just happened at work," and I was like, "Well, stop bullshitting. You playing?" He was like, "No, I'm for real." And if you know David is happy-go-lucky. He making everybody laugh. He's the life of the party. He was real calm when he said it.
Yeah.
He was like, "Yeah, the ambulance on the way," and I heard the ambulance in the background. I was like, "You for real?" He was like, "Yeah, call Tara, call Jazz, call Mama," and I was like, "Wait a minute."
But
I gotta be the one to do it. No, I don't. Yeah, no, I don't do stuff like that well. So it hit me like, and the first things I thought about, what is he gonna do? How is he gonna work? How is he gonna provide for that baby he got coming on way? So everything that's coming out of my mind.
Tell y'all, see, I know. So this happened a little while ago. You dig? I had a situation happen to me where I had some fingers cut off.
Right.
And that was hard. That's why we talking about this. Everything. You know what I'm saying? But that, jeez, man.
But you gotta think. So how did you beat depression though? Because you know when you lose, you lost something.
I promise you. I know.
Yeah.
I know you went through
that
something
was
like
hard.
that.
But I can say this. I'm gonna say that with confidence, bro. I'm pretty much the strongest person I ever know, babe. Cause through that.
That's patting yourself on the back.
That's going through that. Geez.
Yeah, that I don't see how you did it.
In the truck, bleed, and I called.
I don't see how you did it.
But see, a lot of
You called what now?
Huh?
What'd you say?
I'm saying in the truck bleeding, and I called and tried to say with a straight face.
Yeah.
We didn't know. All this is associated with PTSD too, though, boy.
Yeah,
This junk serious, man.
Do you still like go through it and see it happening in your mind?
Oh yeah, you see that a lot. That's something. That's just like if
Do you go back and be like, man, I should have did this, or man, I shouldn't have did that, or
honestly, there's nothing I was gonna be able to do.
but
Because of the situation, because of the let's say the machine, it was gonna happen.
Or did it happen? You gonna have somebody else basically?
Yeah, it not only that. I probably 2 months after the situation, it happened to somebody else.
You lying?
before or after?
Her whole hand got crushed.
Before or after you?
This after me.
After you?
After me, man.
What in the world?
After me. But and see on top of that, that's all become of being the man. Because while I was working, it was metal. It was, you know what I'm saying.
But
it brought good money. But sometimes you have to have a job like
Yeah,
that.
you have. Sometimes as a man, you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, you might not like the job, you might not like the hours. Could be second shift, could be coming in early, like my good folks at Frito Lay. Miss y'all, not really.
But yeah, that was a hard situation, now, man.
Yeah, man.
That was tough,
okay, saying, but you still never explain what helped you get through that.
Oh, my bad.
Or are you still getting through it? Are you still processing?
It's let's say like I'm 90% good. You know what I'm saying? Mentally, 90% good. But it was a process of even first acknowledging that I was going through that depression.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? Because I'm always the type of person like, man, I get my foot cut off right now, shawty. But let's play football, but like that's just me. Nah, for real. D-Dime, I'm playing.
Nah, you ain't.
Bro, when I had my surgery, I got out the same night.
Yeah, he did.
I was at the hospital
on the phone FaceTime with him. I wanted to make sure. I didn't go to sleep until I saw him.
I was out the same night. I went in 10 o'clock that morning.
Shout out Tara Daniels.
Yeah, fast.
Jasmine
I went in
Carlito,
10 o'clock that morning. I was out probably, what it was, like 10, 11 at night.
It's like 11.
I was going home.
And they were with him the whole time.
So basically, the support system.
The support system. You have to.
He knew basically. Right. He knew everybody had him.
Right.
You have to.
That's one thing about our family. If one of us called, the rest of us. The
rest of them coming.
And we coming fast.
Hard. For real.
Move it on a little bit, y'all.
Oh yeah.
Man.